Hello and welcome to Outlast. Wanted to do a sneaky Sunday stream. There's been a schedule change, so instead of not being streaming until the 5th of February, the next scheduled stream is now going to be the 22nd of this month. And because it's Sunday, and because this year I'm doing generally Wednesdays through to Sundays, I thought why not do a sneaky Sunday stream and also do a playthrough of Outlast because it's a short game. And I'd thought about doing a playthrough of this game with some channel point rewards that viewers could actually redeem. Some are big channel point prices. I say prices for lack of a better word. There's no monetary value in the channel points. But the channel point that you get and all that kind of stuff through various actions in someone's Twitch channel. There's some for this playthrough that are small amounts of points that you need to redeem, and some are very large just due to the nature of them. For example, there's a redeem where if I die, I have to restart the game. But it's only a one-time redeem, so when it gets redeemed, that's it for the entire stream. It can't be redeemed anymore. But there's some smaller ones too, where it's like, for a minute, I can't walk. Or I have to turn the sound off completely in the game, like no sound, for a certain amount of time. And I can't just stand there and wait for the time to, stop and then put the sound back on. I literally have to keep playing the game without the sound. So if someone's redeemed the died restart, and they've also redeemed the walk, and they've also redeemed the no sound all at once, it means that I'm pretty much fucked with all the friggin' enemies and stuff that can kill you as well. Hey there, Sona. Welcome on in. A wild ride appears. Indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely. How's things going, Sona? Hey there, Oliver. Welcome. Yeah, I stealthed my way into a stream. How's it going, Oliver? Welcome, dude. Hey there, Mr. Goatee. How's things going? What's wrong? CIA got... Well, I've started... Come on, lad. What are you doing? You're letting me down. Come on. What's wrong? CIA got you pushing too many pencils? And what's this Thai business? Thanks for redeeming that Arnie impression, dude. Hey there, Inmita. Welcome. How's things, dude? Very much indeed sneaky. Yeah, I thought, well, why not stream? It's Sunday, and it'll be a good surprise sort of thing as well. Oliver, you couldn't stay away, could you? You missed us too much. Yeah, it's so funny, because I wanted to not stream for a couple of weeks, but some things popped up back at home that I needed to be here for, that I couldn't reschedule. So I was like, well, I've got to come back, and I'll reschedule when I'm coming back for streaming as well. So yeah, it'll be Wednesday this coming week that I'll be doing something. I still need to actually think about what game I want to do. Like, I definitely want to do Mass Effect 3. So I'm thinking it might be Mass Effect 3 Wednesdays to Fridays, and then on the weekends do something else as well. Sort of do like a big game with a longish playthrough Wednesday to Friday, and then on the weekends I can fit in all these like little short playthroughs and all that kind of stuff. Oliver, Silver Dwarf is streaming again. He just started LoL playing AC Valhalla. Oh, that's cool that he is. That's good, because he'd been not streaming for a while too. Oh, nice in Meter. That's good. I'm glad that you're enjoying your work break. I'm doing well. I'm going really good. Was a little bit annoyed that I couldn't, spend the time with the family that I wanted to, that live far away. But there'll be other opportunities, so that'll be good. But otherwise, doing well. Mr. Goatee, can't wait to pop all of those new Outlast redeems. Oh, dude. I'm just glad I'm not playing on Nightmare difficulty. But I mean, there's one redeem that is just a one-off that can only be redeemed once at all. But yeah, I thought I'd do it for fun. Like Resident Evil 2 Remake, I had some channel points once where when someone redeemed can't run, I had to literally walk, and sometimes people would redeem it when Mr. X was around. So it was just like, okay, I've got to walk past Mr. X. Cheers, Inmita. Thank you so much, dude. Mr. Gote, 387,000 ready to blow. Holy shit, man. That's awesome. It's funny, in Crocodile's stream, I actually was redeeming, and then I'm like, holy shit, I've gone down from like 80,000 channel points in his channel to just like 1,000. I'm like, damn. So I'm going to build that back up a bit. So I've been redeeming it on his sound alerts and all that kind of stuff. Thank you, Oliver, for leaving the lurk. Muchly appreciated. And I hope that you enjoy watching Silver as well. Thank you for lurking. We're going to go and start a new game. And I'm just going to play on normal. I've done Insane before. For those wondering, Insane difficulty, no saves. So if you die, all the way back to the start. The good thing is, though, you don't have to sit and wait in the intro part for Miles in his Jeep to drive all the way up to the front gate. If you start the playthrough on Insane and you get to a certain point and die, you won't have to redo that whole sitting and waiting part because you can't skip that cutscene. So you don't have to worry about waiting again. But it takes a while. Like, it took me like 20-something attempts, I think. I need to do it for the second game as well, which is going to be even more difficult because that game has a lot more wide open spaces as well. Some other really like, there's some parts where I know I'm going to get fucking killed, like with Val in the caves with all the water and everything. Like, that's going to be a pain. But that'll be for future me to worry about when I get to that. Mr. Gote, you spam him with alerts when he starts up and he spams you back so you're low on his channel too. You do it whenever you dab first. It's just so fun, you know. I know some streamers don't really care much for channel points, and that's fine too, you know. Not every streamer, you know, has to have them. You can get rid of all of them if you want, like even the ones that Twitch automatically give you. But I like them. I always like to try and, you know, think of different ways to, you know, think of different kinds of things to do as well. But yes, we're playing on normal. Amita, as you mentioned, Resident Evil 2 Remake, you started playing it. Quite a good game so far. Oh, nice, dude. That's good. Yeah. It was such a great remake. Like, the original came out in 1998, and when they did the remake of Resident Evil 1 in, like, 2001, they were going to do a remake of 2 and 3 as well. But 2 and 3 remake fell out at that time, so they only did a remake of 1, and they ported RE2 and RE3 original instead to the Nintendo GameCube, which is what the Resident Evil 1 remake came out on as well. Then fast forward to, what was it, 2019, I think it was, when RE2 remake came out, and it was just like, whoa, you know. There's some fans that were like, oh, it's not fixed camera angles, which I get, you know. I love fixed camera angles in Resident Evil. Like, I would love if Capcom did like a side series of Resident Evil games that were just old school graphics and fixed camera angles. Like, I would absolutely love that stuff. I'd eat it all up, you know. But I also don't mind the behind the shoulder stuff as well. And I thought the remake, RE2 remake, was really good as well. And some of the performances of some characters in that game that you meet in the original, like there's a character that you meet that is pretty much a meme, but in the remake they've added a lot of depth to his character, which I really liked. Hey Keone, how's it going? That's true, a sneaky stream. I thought, what game could I do? Because I didn't want to start a game that was going to be a long playthrough, and I thought, well, Outlast will be good, because it's a short game overall. How's things going with you? Hey there, Anemone. How's it going today? Welcome. Amita, you finished RE7. It was a bit scary but fun to play. You also bought RE3 and 4 remakes as well as Village. Oh, cool. Congratulations on finishing RE7. That game was really, really good. Like, I like how they brought it back to more suspense horror as well. And having a character who knew nothing about anything, you know, that other characters in the series that became legacy characters had dealt with, you know, was an interesting sort of angle as well. There's a lot of similarities with Resident Evil 1 in terms of the game structure as well that I quite like too. This intro text has always been funny. in a a morbid sort of way. Outlast contains intense violence, gore, graphic sexual content, and strong language. Please enjoy. You are Miles Upshur, an investigative reporter whose ambition is about to earn him an intimate tour of hell on Earth. Always willing to risk digging into the stories no other journalist would dare investigate, you will seek out the dark secret at the heart of Mount Massive Asylum. Stay alive as long as you can, record everything. You are not a fighter. To navigate the horrors of Mount Massive and expose the truth, your only choices are to run, hide, or die. Well, if someone redeems the can only walk, then my other choice will have my choice won't be to run in that moment. Anemone's going okay. Your phone's recharging is being a jerk, otherwise you're okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're otherwise okay, Anemone. And phone batteries and recharging, it's just a pain. Like, I've had batteries in phones that have just really gotten terrible to the point where you take hours to recharge it, and then when you use it, it only takes like, less than an hour to go down to zero. It's like, oh, come on. I don't blame you, Anemone. It's really, really annoying.
Department of Agriculture Commissioner Salazar said changing weather patterns were to blame for the livestock behavior and encouraged ranchers and breeders to attend this weekend seminar on Beulah Avenue in Pueblo. And if you're out late tonight, you may see some low-flying helicopters near Silverthorne and Leadville. Seems the Arapaho Park Services will be spraying for an infestation of box elderbugs.
Anemone, especially when you want to get outside for grocery store food. Oh, absolutely. When other things you need to do get affected as well, and then if you need to, like sometimes it might be the actual cable itself, and then that's more money to have to spend to get a replacement. No worries at all in Mita. And I'm glad that you like the movie references as well. Yeah, I really smile, like the whole join us from Evil Dead was quite cool as well. But yeah, it's great when they do that, you know. I love movie references in games, whether it's like an Easter egg or if it's some kind of like sign that you find. Also, like a lot of Assassin's Creed games have um, mission titles that are based on movies. Like It Belongs in a Museum in Assassin's Creed Unity is actually a reference to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. There's a part where Indy says, "It belongs in a museum," and then the villain he's facing goes, "So do you," which is quite a good comeback. Um, but yeah, I love movie references like that. I think there's also the Ezio Auditore affair in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood when you do the Leonardo da Vinci DLC, which is a reference to the movie title, The Thomas Crown Affair, about stealing paintings. Yeah, and me too. I love how he goes, "Ethan, welcome to the family, son." Hey there, now, bro. Welcome. No ticket. It's such a funny moment too in that movie, Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade, where he's pretending to be the ticket collector, and he's going around asking for tickets, and then one of the Nazis that is after him and his father um, finds his father, but then Indy comes up behind him and then punches him out, and then throws him out of the window of the Zeppelin, and then everyone else looks like, at Indy, and he's like, "No ticket," and then everyone rushes to get their ticket, and they're like, "Hey, I got my ticket." It's just so funny. September 17, 2013. You don't know me, have to make this quick. They might be monitoring. I did 2 weeks of software consult at Murkoff Psychiatric Systems facilities in Mount Massive. All sorts of NDAs I'm very much breaking right now, but seriously, fuck those guys. Terrible things happening there. Don't understand it. Don't believe half the things I saw. Doctors talking about dream therapy going too deep, finding something that had been waiting for them in the mountain. People are being hurt, and Murkoff is making money. It needs to be exposed. So this is from, what's his name? Is it Wayland Park? I think it's Wayland. Wayland Park. Yeah, I think it's Wayland. In the Whistleblower DLC, you play as the character that actually sent this email that this character in the main game is actually receiving. And I kind of like how there's parts of the asylum that you will come across in the main game as Miles, where a certain thing is already at a certain point or done fully. But then as the other character in the DLC, you'll come across that same location earlier in the timeline where, like, there's a message being written, for example, and it's already written by the time you get there as Miles. But if you go there as Waylon in the DLC, it's only starting to be written, something like that. It is now, bro. It's so funny. I love all the scenes in that movie with Indy and his father as well, especially the one where his father is the gunner at the back of the plane, and he is it called the rudder? I don't know if it's called the rudder on a plane. The part at the back, it might be a rudder. I know that's something that's also a naval thing on a ship, but or a boat. But yeah, I think it's the rudder of the plane. Um, Indy's father is shooting the Nazi planes, and he accidentally shoots the rudder of his own plane. And when, when Indy looks behind him, he's like, "I'm sorry, son, they got us," or something like that. He just passes it off like the enemy hit the back of it. They're only 10 years apart too, Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. But they play father and son so well that you wouldn't think that they were only 10 years apart real life as the actors. Yeah, that's it now, bro. Yeah, it's like they got us. Then you got the whole thing with all the birds on the beach, and his father gets the umbrella out and starts running towards the birds to make them into a flock to fly into the Nazi plane to make it crash. And meets her, Ethan! Language. I love the setup of this game. It's like you're going to like a haunted mansion or something. In Outlast 2, you can actually run and then slide into a crouch. Admit you were watching Sheila do a quick playthrough of that game and he got to the ship in like 30 minutes. That's crazy, like it would take me probably a whole entire stream to get to the ship in RE7. It's one of those annoying things too because I feel like the game could have ended right there where you save either, Zoe or Mia. But the game's like, but wait, there's more. You're on a ship now. Hey, Lucas. How's it going? Welcome. My streaming schedules had to change. I had to come back home and deal with some things that I couldn't deal with while I was away. So had to cut things short. But the next scheduled stream is actually on Wednesday, but it's still Sunday here. So I thought, why not do a sneaky stream of something? How's things going, Lucas? Nah, bro, your dog heard the car door closing in the game and looked at the front door. Oh no. It's alright, doggo. It was just Miles's door. It took you 2 streams in beta? Yeah. It's... Oh, the part 2 with the, like, I think it's the fuses or whatever it is you gotta collect as well. That was annoying. Or the pieces for the elevator. Oh, nice, Lucas. That's good. I'm glad to hear that you're going well. And thank you, yeah. Yeah, I thought I would do a game that's short, so I can get it done on Sunday, and need to think about what I want to do on Wednesday to Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday. But I'm thinking Mass Effect 3, Wednesday to Friday. And then another game on the weekends. There's a lot of actors who were in the Assassin's Creed series in this game. The main character that we're playing as, he doesn't have, like, he's got dialogue, but it's only sort of like small pieces here and there. Like, for example, sometimes when you have been discovered by an enemy and then you hide and the enemy's lost track of you, sometimes you'll hear the character say soft words to themselves. But apart from that, there's no scenes where another character talks to you and your character talks back to them. But the actor who actually does all the vocalizations for Miles is actually Sean Cho, who was in a lot of Assassin's Creed games, and that, which is kind of fun. Like, there's this guy who thinks he's a priest in this game, and he's voiced by Andreas Apergus, who was also in a lot of Assassin's Creed games. He also played Cesare Borgia in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, among many other ones as well. So I like hearing and listening out for that too, as well. That was a very fast 4 weeks. It really was. Like, you're not wrong there.
They killed us. They got out. The variants. You can't fight them. You have to hide. You can unlock the main doors from security control. You have to get the fuck out of this terrible place.
Speaking of Sean Cho, he also voices this guy that just died. Hey Sheila, welcome dude. It's going good, thank you. Things are going well. I had to change my schedule because there were some things back home that I needed to take care of that I couldn't while I was away, so here I am. I thought I'd do a sneaky stream of this since it's still Sunday here, and the next stream won't be till Wednesday. How's it going, dude? Really, Lucas, it's minus 19 Celsius. Damn, that's very, very cold. Very freezing. In Meta, when you did the first boss fight in RE Remake, you didn't have any ammo. You found some ammo in the area, but it felt like there weren't enough. You just kept firing until you had only one bullet left. You were like, oh well, fuck it. Maybe I need to reload a previous save and be better prepared. But that last bullet actually defeated him. You're like, holy shit. Oh man, you gotta love it when it gets like that as well. I've been there too with games. I'm like, oh, I can't kill this enemy. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have to redo this, and then no, kill it, and then get past it. It's like, yes. Hey there, Draenei. How's it going? Welcome on in. Sheila Sneaky stream. Don't let Dr. Darling hear this. Oh, I'm sure that he'll eventually find that I've gone live. Glad to hear that you're going good, Sheila. That's excellent, dude. Lucas, so it's a typical January there with that temperature. I see. Yeah, there's just sometimes in certain places where you just know that this is how it's going to be, you know? Oh, that's great, Draenei. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that you're going good. As for me, I'm going well. Thought I would do this as a short stream. Well, shortish stream. I've got some channel point rewards that could make the playthrough a little bit longer, but I'm going good. Little pig. Ah, Chris Walker. You gotta love him. All he wants is a hug.
Little pig. And who are you, then? I see. Merciful God, you have sent me an apostle. Guard your life, son. You have a calling.
That's right, Draenei. Yeah, the very first one came out in 2013. It's such a good game. Like, it's probably one of those games that I could play quite a lot in a short period of time. You know, like it doesn't matter how long it's been since the last playthrough. Like I could always jump into it. Maybe not literally. Like if I played it back to back to back, I might not be able to do it for a month or two. But yeah, it's a really good game. I like the setup for it. I like the suspense. The music is great. The sound design, and I really like the different kinds of things you can do with the game as well. Like little different ways you can decide to tackle things as well. It's pretty linear though as a game. Like it's not really a game where there's like multiple paths and choices and that kind of stuff. But it's still really good. Hey, Extreme. Good morning. How's it going? Draenei, you never managed to finish Outlast 1 or 2, but you finished Whistleblower. Oh, cool. What do you think of that DLC? Because I absolutely think that's cool. The way it interweaves with stuff in the main game was quite well done. Oh, that's great, Extreme. I'm glad to hear that you're going good. That's excellent. As for me, I'm doing well. Having a good Sunday. It's 8:32 p.m. So in a few more hours it'll be Monday, but going well. Oh, that's cool, Draenei, that you liked it. That's awesome. Yeah, it's funny too because the twins that you see, those crazy twins, like some of the things that they say in the main game is funny. Might help if I actually went this way first. battery I see? No, I was just seeing things. Peekaboo. Boo. Boo. Sony, you play games different than me, so it's nice to see a different perspective. Oh, nice, Sony, that's cool. That's why I like to watch speedrunners sometimes, because some of the tactics they use might be helpful for the actual speedrunning, but they can also be good things that you can use if you're just playing casually, because there might be some good shortcuts that get around really annoying sections. Hey, Ishimura. How's it going today, dude? Extreme. Eek! It reminds me of this cartoon I used to watch as a kid. Eek, the cat. He was this cat that was always trying to help. And his catchphrase was, it never hurts to help. But of course, when he tries to help, he gets hurt. Things seem to always go wrong for him. He was this big purple cat as well. But no, you can't speedrun. You like to enjoy the game. I don't blame you either, you know. Like there's that speedrun for Alien Isolation, where you can actually skip a large percentage of the game to the point where you could probably finish it. Well, I mean, I don't know what the record for it, but you could definitely finish in under an hour. And it's like, holy shit. There's a lot of stuff in that game, you know, when you think about it, playing normally. So no, cats are a different breed from dogs. That is so true. Got their own sort of things that they do that are different to each other as well. Dre and I, under an hour, you've been like 5 hours in lockers in Alien Isolation. And then when you get out, the alien's like, aha, gotcha. And you're like, shit. Dre and I, Thaddeus Amadeus Belafonte, second of the name, the alien, always waited for you when you got out of lockers. Yeah. He was like, I know that human's in that locker. I've got all day and night and weeks and months to kill, so I can stay here all the time. Going well, thanks, Ishimura. Having a good Sunday. Nice, Dre. No, that's right. Yeah, you always call the alien Teddy. once the music stops, you're guaranteed not to be grabbed by Chris Walker. You could probably get out a bit earlier than that, but I wouldn't want to worry about it. And me too, that reminded you of Mr. X in Resident Evil Remake. You thought you passed him only to find out that he was waiting for you in a room. As you entered, you were dead. Mr. X is like, I'm going to fix this person. I don't know if you're playing as Leon or Claire at the time, but Mr. X is like, this motherfucker, I'm just going to stay in this room. Draenei, big naked dude, is bad. He is. Very true. Chris Walker, he's obsessed with security. He's like, everyone has to get out, even if people are supposed to be there. He'd probably be like, you're not part of this security, or you're not part of this place, so get out. Cheers, Ishimura. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good weekend. You're playing as Leon and Mita? Oh, nice, cool. So Mr. S is like, that piece of shit bastard. I'll wait in the room for him this time. At one stage, well, recently actually, I think last year, they announced they're doing a movie based on Outlast. And I wonder if it's going to be based on this game specifically, or if it's just going to be a movie in the Outlast universe as well. I think it could work well as like a standalone movie in the same universe.
I want it.
There we go. I was surprised actually that I wasn't hit by that enemy, that I got past without being hit. But it's possible though. But yeah, if you know where you're going, you can sort of like, because when I went in that first room and activated that first button, running out, like you would think that he sometimes he'll hear you running, but getting to the second room and then pressing the button, he goes to the second room instead. Then I don't know how far he was to the first room or not that we pressed the button in, but then you run out and sometimes he'll hear, so I think it just depends. Like, I don't know what his route is. I don't know if there's any variables or it's like RNG or whatever for it, but going from one switch to the next switch and then to the lever, because you got water as well, splashing, making sound. But it's very easy to get caught on those little jumps. Like I've had moments where I've gone to jump, but the character doesn't jump, and then the enemy hits you from behind. Um, and then once you basically get that final switch to turn the power back on, and you just turn straight around and jump up, once you get past that part, you're pretty much, on the way out. In Mita, you couldn't hear his footsteps, so you were like, good, now I can go. As soon as you open the door of the next room, you saw him. Too late to escape. Mr. X is like, I got you now. I got you now, Leon. You ain't getting away this time. Dre 9 Outlast movie can be cool if well done. Could be about a team going to where you are after the events. That's true. Yeah, because then that way, like, people who haven't played the games can still feel like they're a little bit in the know, because there's, some clues here and there where it can be like, the person investigating doesn't know, but the viewer can be like, shit, even if like the start of the movie was a prologue that showed, something related to the ending of the game as well. Ishimura, yeah, an Outlast movie could be cool. Yeah, I think if done well, it could be really, really good. But I think the trick is as well, like, there's so many horror movies where you have a character using a camera. The trick is to sort of make it feel like you're not going to be able to make it feel 100%, different, but need to sort of like make sure that it feels like an Outlast movie, not just another horror movie with a, first-person camera as well. But yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what they're going to do with it. Dre and I, Outlast movie could be about the security team of the place when it started to go bad. That's true. Yeah, you could do like a prequel. And then you could do like anything really, like with time periods. You could do different time periods. Because you had like Outlast Trials, which I think, I might be wrong, but I could swear it was in the 1960s or something, that game was set. So you got a big time frame that you can use as well.
I'm sorry, my son. I didn't want to have to do this to you. But you can't leave. Not yet. There is so much yet for you to witness. Will you see it? Can you? Our Lord, the Wall Rider, tearing his truth into the unbelievers. The only way out of this place is the truth. Accept the gospel, and all doors will open before you.
That's right, Dre and I, yep, Outlast Trials. It's a few decades before as well. I just had a look and I was close. I said the 1960s, and having a look, it's set in 1959. So yeah, definitely a few decades before Outlast 1.
Who's this? shut up while he thinks for a minute. Quiet. Quiet. No more space. Alone. Leave me alone.
Thank you, Lucas, for redeeming the Arnie movie scene impression. Thank you. That's right, Dre and I, yeah. Sometimes I just get into the groove of this game and end up just, YOLOing it through most of it. And then I end up doing like a hour and a half or 2 hour stream. So we'll just see how things go, because I got some channel point rewards that could change the pace of the playthrough. Okay, so I've got a movie scene to do. If you want to live, don't hang up. What do you want? I'll explain later. The men chasing you have you bugged. They're going to be busting down your door in 3 minutes unless you do exactly as I say. Don't bother searching. The bug's in your skull. Who are you? Never mind. Wet a towel and wrap it over your head. This will muffle the signal. How did you find me? I advise you to hurry. This will buy you some time. They won't be able to pinpoint you for a while. Come on, hurry up. You look beautiful. Now, go to the window. Go. Can you see me down here? This is the suitcase you gave me. I gave you? I'm going to set it here. After I hang up, I want you to come down here and get it and keep moving. Wait. Who are you? We were buddies in the agency back on Mars. You asked me that if you ever went missing, I was to come find you and deliver you this suitcase. So, here I am. And goodbye. Wait. What was I doing on Mars? Damn. That's from Total Recall. Thank you so much for redeeming that. I thought you might want that, Lucas. And to think I wasn't even away from streaming for 2 weeks. So you could redeem that today. Hey there, Riley. Welcome on in. How's your day going? Years into this game and people still play this just shows how astounding it is. That's so true, Riley. Like, I remember the first time I saw it being played, and I was like, I need to get this game. and it was so much of an entertaining game that I actually sat and watched the person play it all the way through. But by the time I actually played it, it didn't worry me. I didn't care that I already knew what happened, because all the notes and documents the player that I watched didn't actually look at. So it was really cool to find out all this information as well. But yeah, it was definitely a great game. And it's crazy to think that, well, just under 2 years ago now, it celebrated its 10th anniversary, which I did some playthroughs of it to celebrate, which was fun. But it's such a good game. Yeah, it must have been the wind. The wind is always to blame, all the time. I thought you'd like that pun, Lucas. And it didn't even take me 2 weeks to come up with it. Hey there, Foxy. Welcome on in. How's your day going? Not Outlast? Outlast indeed. How's it going? Lucas Rod is old these days. He doesn't remember much. Who are you again, Lucas? No, sorry. Hey there, Pedersen. Welcome on in. You just love the old woman who tries to take the suitcase. Fuck you, you asshole. I love how he also does that little bow to her as well once he gets the suitcase off her. It's like, it's so funny, you know. Oh, that's great, Foxy. I'm glad to hear that you're going not too bad. That's good. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. As for me, I'm doing well, and this game is awesome. I've played it quite a few times now and doing different runs, different approaches and stuff. Like, I finally did a playthrough on insane difficulty for the game's 10th anniversary, where if you die, there's no save, so you have to start all the way back at the start again. It took me about 20 or so restarts to actually get through the game on that difficulty. But it was also a bit fun, because the more I died, the more I got used to the route and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but no, going really well. But the guy that Chris dealt with, Chris Walker, he's not doing too well. Foxy, you glad that I'm playing this and not you? There's definitely a lot of surprises in this game as well that you have to contend with. Playing peekaboo. Fox, here's one game you never completed. You love watching play it, but you can't finish the game yourself. That's totally fair too, as well. And the other thing is, like, it's one of those games I feel that is like watching a bit of a movie at times as well. Lucas, I'm a Johnny Cab. It's so funny, that whole scenario in Total Recall with vehicles being driven by like a robotic driver, and the whole thing with the cab and the back and forth, and when he's telling the cab driver that he just wants to have him drive, is like, I need a destination. And all this stuff. It's just so good. I don't blame you, Mita. You would have jumped there, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, even jump scares that aren't, like, a threat. Like, early on, you had that jump scare where you go past a television and it turns on instantly and there's, like, a static. But there's sort of like a scream kind of sound effect embedded in the actual static as well. Like there's a banshee or something like that. always like how from a distance what we're about to see looks like an eyeball. Foxy, nope. Just nope. That's Outlast's alternate title. Nope. You're gonna go hide behind the sofa. He's gonna do this one. Sometimes he'll go and keep going, and then he'll go to a different spot. But this time he was like, I'm gonna turn back around and come back the way I came. Hey there, Scar. Welcome. You could not hold until the February the 15th. Streaming addiction did catch up with you. I don't know if I could have done that until the 15th of February. But yeah, the plan was to go away for a few weeks and then come back and start streaming again on the 5th of February. But some things popped up back home where it's like, so I can't deal with these while I'm away. I need to come back and be here. So here I am. So I thought, well, it's still Sunday and it's still fitting into my new schedule where I just want to do, 5 days a week, Wednesday through to Sunday. So I thought, well, I'll do a stream of Outlast because it's a short game. And then on Wednesday, the 22nd, I'll get back to streaming with a regular schedule. Just needed to decide what I'm going to do. I already know, actually, I'm going to do Mass Effect 3. I'm going to start that on Wednesday. And that'll be a Wednesday to Friday game. And then on the weekends, I'll do a different game as well. But welcome on in, Scar. I hope things are going well. Foxy, I bet the devs are watching and changed his movements. Could you imagine they did that to get you off guard? That would actually be quite funny if they were able to control Chris Walker and even War Rider and that, and do that in that way. That'd be quite interesting in like a remake or something. Hey there, Lidus. Thanks for the welcome back, dude. Thank you so much for your message as well. Sorry it took a bit to get to it, but it's muchly appreciated, and I hope that things are going well for you. Oh, nice, Lidus. That's good. I'm glad to hear that things are going well, dude. Yeah, Chris Walker's lines. Little pig. I'll find all you whores. Or whatever. Says that too at one point. Must have been the wind. I think you're right, Ludus. Yeah. It's funny when the wind says, isn't it? Always happens. Ah, Scar, thanks for redeeming the no running. Alright, so no running, which means for, I can't even remember how many minutes I put my own channel point redeem for 1 minute. Alright, for the next minute I can only walk. So I better not waste the minute. Get that. Hey there, Zereth. Thanks for the buy, Miles. So I've got to kill Miles at the next available threat.
You don't have to be scared of me. I can tell we're the same. You still know it's real. The doctor said, Doctor said.
A lot is like in Gears 1. It must be the wind. I haven't played those games for a very long time. I should actually play them. And also play the remaster of Gears of War 1 2 that they did. I'm looking forward to the prequel game as well. I wouldn't believe this, Lidus, but the actor who plays Dom in the Gears of War games is actually Leonardo da Vinci in Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood. Zereth, no camera or light. So the only light that I can actually get is if you go really close to stuff. And of course any light that pops up. With the Bane impression, because it's something I need to stop to do, I'll get to that one soon. I actually did a playthrough of this game where for the whole game I couldn't use the camera, therefore didn't have the light from the camera. But there was a section where it was pretty much like I would still be here probably weeks and months and a year or so afterwards trying to get through. So I had to make an exception for that. There was like lightning strikes that would happen, but the light wouldn't hit the spots where I needed it to be able to actually see where I was going. And I did the same challenge for Outlast 2 as well. Okay, so we got all that stuff. When in doubt, just jump about. Alright, there we go. Okay, this I just came back to where I started. Oh man. Come on, Miles, can't you stand up here? I guess not. Hang on. Can you stand up yet? No. Very strange. Sorry, chat. I will catch up when I can. Miles still won't stand up. What I might need to do for the walk redeem is I might need to just change the cooldown to 2 minutes, just so that it gives me a little bit of extra time to keep track of how long it's been. Can you stand up yet? This is like looking for a needle in a haystack, except it's in pitch black darkness and you have your eyes closed at the same time as well. He's being glitched where he can't even stand up. Like he's perpetually stuck in crouch. Alright, so the one with the light, that's for 5 minutes. Okay, so no cam light was redeemed 6 minutes ago. Alright, so now I can actually use the camera. But yeah, I'm pressing the button for Miles to stand up, and he's not doing it. So he's glitched. Alright, so I'll just go into the options for cooldown periods for these redeems, and I'll just change the walk one so that it's a 2-minute cooldown. Alright, so no running. Currently has a minute cooldown. I'll change it to 2 minutes. Whoops. I forgot I had night vision on. There we go. Turn that off. Make it 2 minutes. There we go. Alright, so just check the activity feed. So we've got the cam light, which was 7 minutes ago, so that's well and truly over. The buy miles is still in play, so when I get to a threat, I'll just let it kill me. No running was 9 minutes ago redeemed, so I can run now. There we go. Alright, so I'll just catch up on the other redeems that weren't related to Outlast. So let me see. Alright, so we got the Bane impression and the Arnie impression. Alright, cool.
Take it easy. I'm just needling ya.
Thanks for redeeming that Bane impression, Zereth. Oh man, could you imagine a mod to change Arthur's voice so he's got like the Bane mask on? Especially when he's like,
Okay, I'll catch you later then.
Lightest with your Arnie impression redeem. Fuck you, asshole. Fuck you, asshole. Thanks for redeeming that. Lotus, oh yeah, when did you hear the wind say hostiles to you? Such a great line. I completely forgot about that line from Gears of War. I should actually play through. Well, I haven't even played 4 and 5 before. Never finished Judgment. I've only played 1, 2, and 3 all the way through. Scar, you can run if you want. It was just a joke. It's up to you if you want to have no running challenge, you want to skip it. Oh, that's all good, Scar. Yeah, I definitely want to honour the redeem, that's for sure. To make the playthrough interesting. And Mita, why are you running? Why are you running? Just walk through the whole situation. It'll be fine. Your house on fire? Just walk out of it. You know, you don't need to run out of it or anything. Well, just seeing the dead body fall in his mind, Rod is like, fuck you, asshole. Yeah, just walking along, and then boom, dead body falls in front of you. It's like, what the fuck? Lattice, yeah, he did tell me once, you think. Zereth, it's a bit dark on screen. It is a little bit, Zereth. That's true. Oliver, no, that's just how dark it is. That's right, Oliver, this is like the standard default setting that the game should be played in. Welcome back, Oliver. It was perfect timing, Lidus. It really was. Having multiple redeems as well that have certain restrictions. Hey there, Lizzie. How's things going? Scarwell digging his own grave with all those redeems, which can turn gameplay into hell. That's true, Scar. I'm glad I didn't add like a channel point where I had to change the difficulty to insane. Lotus is so Rod is so going to turn off those channel point redeems. I might have to tweak the cooldown limits on some of them, but yeah. Lotus, you guys are ruthless with the redeems. You just came back from a 3-week vacation, damn it. The dirty word for the day, Dickosaurus. And Mita, this is you when you're trying to find your way to the door at night. As you like to sleep in complete darkness. Just sort of like you're like a zombie with your arms outstretched and, you know, touching stuff. Oliver, demons be looking at Mita like, what the hell is this man doing? Then they get out the popcorn. Right, it's fuck Judgment, 4 and 5 too. Yeah, it's kind of like the threat was ended. Oh, but wait, there was another portion or something. I think I know a little bit about Gears of War 4, but isn't there sort of like some faction that wasn't known about or something? I don't know. It's just like, hey, Afro, welcome. Take it easy. I'm just needling you. How's it going, Afro? Oliver and Alan Wake, you didn't like that you had to go at a snail's pace. Now you hate that you have to run. That's true. It's funny how things work out. So the next threat, I have to die on purpose. So the next threat that comes along, I'm just going to let the threat take Miles. Alright, Chris Walker. You won't have to go miles to find Miles. I need to go directly to him. Alright, Zereth, here we go. Bye, Miles. Bye. There we go, Zereth. Thanks for redeeming Bye, Miles. Indeed, Oliver. Requiescat in pace. He's so cute. Yeah, we need Chris Walker mugs. And t-shirts and everything. Rip indeed, Amita. The Korn song "Dead Bodies Everywhere" comes to mind. Dead bodies everywhere. Put some pants on, man. Jeez. Yes, Dan, it's like, come on. It's like, pick up your act. You're not paid to just sit around in your underwear. How's it going, Stan?
You slippery little whore! Oh, fuck! You can't hide!
You'll get your money when you fix this damn asylum.
You're not one of them, are you? Quick, get in the dumbwaiter if you want to live!
Alex Ivanovich voices this guy.
choice here, buddy.
Rick Traeger.
Hey, you're that bullshit priest's guy, aren't you? As a witness or whatever, you must be exhausted. Let's take a break, huh, buddy? The old 2-martini lunch? Have a little confab, blah, blah. Heavier than you look. A little cardio wouldn't kill you. Okay, here we go, arms and legs inside the car at all times. You know, I love the mountain air up here at night. You want to head out and take a stroll? Go ahead, I'll wait here. Go on, run free. I'm in no hurry. No? All right. Nose to the grindstone, I like that. Okay then, right this way.
weren't putting that tongue to any use anyway. Truth be told, I was just tired of licking my own stairs. Here we are, then. Thanks so much for coming by. We'll begin your consultation in a moment. We'll just need a second to wash up and, movies. And it'll give us a chance to talk. You know, I'm a bit worried how much time you've been spending with Father Martin. I hope you haven't been letting him confuse you with all this holier-than-thou Bible thumping. No offense to the man, but I sometimes worry he might just be a little bit crazy. It's understandable. I mean, people get scared. They're as like to turn to God as anything else. I mean, God died with the gold standard. We're on to a more concrete faith now. You have to rob Paul to pay Peter. There's no other way. Murder is the simplest form, but what happens when all money's gone? Well, money becomes a matter of faith. And that's what I'm here for. To make you believe. You paying attention? Don't pass that on me. There's so lot for you to absorb. There. Better, right? You understand what we achieved here? We made the consumer into the means of production. This thing is gonna sell itself.
To quote, is it Ace Ventura in one of those movies where he's like, yummy? I can't remember which one it is though. Thank you so much for the welcome back, Stan. Thank you, muchly appreciated. Thank you for the lurking as well. That's awesome. And yeah, it was definitely good. It was brief, but it was good. But there'll be other opportunities throughout the year to, visit family again and, stay for a bit longer this time. Scar, I hope you will not dream about this naked ass at night. Yeah, definitely not something that you'd want to dream about. That's for sure. Stand to quote Lucinda, gross. Absolutely. It's gross, that's what it is. Blood, his little piggy lost his fingers in lunch, or was that the PP, you wonder? Well, he's lucky that Traeger didn't actually go down there when he was cutting things. That's right, Scar. He's very lucky, considering, Could have been worse.
Hold up there, buddy. I'll be right with you.
Come on, buddy. We're not...
Scar, to be honest, as a developer, you don't need to make a game into a bloody gross mess in order to make it horror. Just put some psychology triggers into the game, and that's it. Silent Hill series are good at that. That's true. Silent Hill does also have those grotesque moments as well. There's also those very sort of like subtle changes that are visual but also audio as well. Like the sound design in those games is really, really good. Making you think too that something's going to be around the corner, and sometimes there is, but sometimes there isn't. And it's just like the Jaws effect, where in that movie, even when it's not the shark that's actually near people, the music makes the viewer think the shark is, so that can create suspense as well. Hey there, Pierwin. Welcome on in. Oh, Outlast, one of your favourite game and the most hated part. It is such a good game, Pierwin. I like it a lot too. And I don't blame you. There's certain sections where it's just like, not this part again. How's things going for you today? Hope you're having a good weekend. See you at the party, Traeger. How to make Traeger juice. Step 1. Squeeze. Scar, in your opinion, Outlast just overdoes it. Too much naked-ass maniacs who's chopping fingers. Yeah, there's a lot of that. And chase you across a whole mental hospital. That's true. Yeah, like I could agree with that as well. And it's kind of like a haunted house thing where it's like behind this corner there could be a scare. There's a lot of jump scare moments and stuff like that as well. Outlast 2 has that as well, but I like how it sort of does a bit of a psychological horror stuff as well. Plus transitions, I love the transitions. Like one of my favorite things in a horror game is really good transitions, whether it's like a transition from something that is very, very creepy into something that's normal, or vice versa, whether it's something that is really, really surreal as well. Like a character might be in one location experiencing one thing, then there's kind of like a quick sort of like jump cut and they're in something else, and all that kind of stuff. A lot of horror games that have some great transitions. Evil Within that has some great transitions as well, especially with the camera angles changing and moving and perspective shifts and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but yeah, Outlast 2 is definitely more, well, it tries to add more psychological horror, but there's also the running around and being chased and jump scare moments and stuff. Pewin, it's a day off today, so it's a good day. Excellent, that's cool. That's awesome, Pewin, that you got the day off. It's kind of one of my things when I play this game that I do the whole "see you at the party, Traeger," because in Total Recall, the original, there's a character named Richter, and he says earlier on in the movie to Arnie's character, "I'll see you at the party." And so anyway, later in the movie, they're fighting on this lift, and Michael Ironside, the actor who would go on to play Sam Fisher in the Splinter Cell games, he plays the villain Richter in Total Recall. Anyway, they're fighting on the lift, and it gets to a point where Arnie is kind of like holding onto his arms, and he's hanging off the edge of the lift. And then as the lift goes past the top part, Richter's arms get separated from the rest of his body. And then Arnie is like, "See you at the party, Richter," and then throws his arms down the elevator shaft after him. So I like to do the whole "see you at the party, Traeger, Richter." It's not exactly the same. His arms aren't getting cut off, but, it's something to do with the lift where a villain gets killed. I haven't, Scar, no. I've seen a bit of 1, maybe 3 as well, but never played them, though. And me to add some whispering voices, that's also creepy. It definitely can be. Like, whispering voices, things that, they're sort of like, they're not jump scares that have a sound, they're more visual. Like, for example, you might have a character who's intently watching the window, and then all of a sudden something just flies past, and it makes the character jump, but it's not a big sound effect. It's not a big boom or something like that. It can be very, very subtle, They're great in Meta. Yeah, Hellblade. I really like those games a lot. I really hope that the second one comes out on PlayStation 5 this year, because I've already played it on Xbox off stream, but I definitely would like to stream it. So hopefully this year it'll come out on the PlayStation 5, so I can stream it back to back with the first Hellblade.
Thank God you survived.
I feared that secular maniac would carve you up like the others. Meet me outside. We're close now.
Scar, I think you can get Fear games on Xbox 360 console. Also, it is the best bet. Don't need to be scared of optimization issues. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be the way to go too, as well. Because Xbox 360 games, I can just use my laptop and the Xbox app and OBS all combined and stream it from the console that way. It's a great way to avoid having that audio issue. Unfortunately, the Tomb Raider 2013 game, for some reason, and it doesn't matter if you have it on the best output quality on PlayStation 5, the game will be pixelated on stream, like completely. And it's like, what the fuck? And it's just so annoying, because I really like that game a lot. And really wanted to do playthroughs of that without having to worry about any issues. Oh, nice, Foxy. Thank you so much for the lurking. Really appreciate that.
I had to burn it. All of it. Murkoff took so much from us. Used us. Turned us into these things because nobody cares about a few forgotten lunatics. So let it burn. Burn the whole goddamn thing down. Get out. If you want to live, you can get out through the kitchen.
tricking me to... Did you watch the trailer of that new game that is coming out titled Dawnwalker? It looked like a mix of Witcher 3, Blood and Wine, and Vampire. Yeah, I actually did, and me too. I was very curious about what the game was like because apparently a lot of the devs who worked on Witcher 3 left CD Projekt Red and actually started their own company or studio, and they're behind that game. But yeah, it definitely looks really interesting. I'm definitely curious about what the story will be like and all that. Yeah, Pirwin, Chris Walker, he's like that big giant teddy bear that, just wants to be hugged. That's all. And maybe hug back, but, a bit too tightly, and then before you know it, your eyes are popping out of your head. Yeah, Scar, I need to play those games actually. I've seen a bit of the first and also the newer one as well. I think it was The Bunker, was it? But I definitely want to play those too. They're on my list to get to as well. So this section of the game, when I did the playthrough where I couldn't use the camera, therefore didn't have the camera light, there was a part here which was so fucking annoying. I spent probably almost an hour on it before I decided to make an exception, because there's these higher parts that you need to run across, and there's also some tricky sections to navigate as well in the dark. And even though there's lightning strikes, the light from them, as you can see, only lights up certain parts. And the very part that I was up to in that playthrough I talked about, the lightning strikes wouldn't even light up where I needed to go. So it was very, very tricky as well. And so I made an exception for that part of the game. So we're almost up to that part again. And it was this section here. So if I not have the camera, at this part, you can really see a lot from the lightning strike. Scar Bunker is kind of new shit. You mean classic Amnesia games? Also, all 3 Fear games are on GOG. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. And then when you get to the point where you can get past that, the light stopped a bit after that point onwards. So if I wait here and we see where the light hits, there's a very tricky sort of like turn, which is here. So I'll show where the light hits from the lightning. See, it doesn't light up enough for you to see the small turn that you need to make. in Meets. It also felt like one of the actors was the one that plays Jonathan in Vampire. It sounded like his voice. Now that you mention that in Meter, I need to watch that trailer again and keep an ear out for that, because sometimes there can be so much stuff going on in a trailer that I might not pick up on certain things. So I definitely want to watch the trailer again now to listen out. Anthony Howe, that was his name. I was trying to remember the actor's name. And then when you make that jump, you've got what you're on, but it doesn't go all the way to the next wall. So there's a gap that you can fall down. And so without the camera, see how there's no light there at all. And then you'll jump across here. Now if I've got the camera away and have a look at the lightning flashes from the lightning, you'll see how much light it gives you to try and judge the distance that the jump is. I'll move the camera down a bit as well. Then when the next strike happens, see how much light it actually gives you from it. So it only gives you that little bit. And then once you get to here, it kind of, I mean, you could still probably get caught if you don't have the camera and light to see where you need to be careful in this part. Yeah, so it doesn't light up that little part there. It wasn't so bad in that other playthrough when I got to this point without the camera. If I put it down now, you can at least see in the distance where you need to go, but I'll just wait for the lightning strike to see how much light it gives. So at least it gives you enough light to see that you've got something else here to jump across. So yeah, it's just a little taste of what it's like to play this game without being able to have the camera up, therefore no lights up. And I actually got stuck in that courtyard one time. I had to actually reload the checkpoint. It's not Pier, no. Not the best time to do parkour when you can't see anything.
Have to get out.
Get out.
I can see his ghost.
Hey there, Al. Welcome. Yes, like, nice try, Chris. Nice try. Nice attempt. He can be a pain in this part too if you're playing without the camera and the light. Especially this part where you sort of have to do a little Benny Hill kind of chase around this area with him. That gave me chills down my spine. It's a cool sort of like immersive feeling, like the nape of your neck. It's like if someone stands behind you at a certain distance, really close to you, you can sort of sense that they're actually next to you. It's that kind of feeling with a chill down the spine, which is a really, really cool feeling. I like the feeling anyway. Like, sometimes it can be good if you're feeling a bit of pain, if you can get that sort of like feeling happening. Certain music will do it for me as well. Don't even have to hear the music. I can just think about the music and it does it sometimes. Oops, I don't know why I pressed that button. Just on normal, Al, for this playthrough. Yeah, just normal. For the 10th anniversary, I did one playthrough on Insane. Took me about 20 attempts or so to actually get through it. For those who don't know, if you play this on the hardest mode, there's no saves. So if you die, you have to start the whole game again. In Mita, you're looking at his biography. He has voiced characters in different games, including Alien Isolation, Elden Ring, Demon's Souls, Diablo 4, etc. Absolutely, in Mita. Yeah, Alien Isolation was another game that he was in that made me a fan of his work. I also saw him in a TV series as well, an episode of a murder mystery show. I think it was set during World War One or World War Two. I can't remember which World War it was set during. But it was a British show, and he played a character in that. As soon as I heard the voice, I was like, oh, cool. And Call of Cthulhu, the 2018 game as well, he plays the main character in that, Edward Pierce. That's another game that he's in that I like a lot as well. I think when I played Vampire, I did a back-to-back playthrough of 3 games that I like him in. You know, Vampire and Call of Cthulhu and Alien Isolation as well. And meet Dr. Reed. Is that you? I think he would have been a good choice to play Evie and Jacob's father, Ethan Fry, if they had done an Assassin's Creed game set when their parents were younger and first fell in love and, you know, all that. Al, play Minecraft? No, I don't play Minecraft. Not one of the games I play.
You saw the Wall Rider, didn't you? You're beginning to understand, but not yet. Even Abraham had to cast his eyes to the ground. But soon, this way, revelation is at hand.
If you read the file about quote-unquote father Martin, he was really into painting, which, you know, when you see that he's sort of like painting stuff with his fingers. But I think they take away his painting utensils, and that's one of the things that makes him go crazy. But also the morphogenic engine and all that kind of stuff. He has this sort of like religious obsession that comes about. So he's not actually a priest. He just thinks that he is. Oh no, Al, yeah, not first playthrough. The first playthrough I did was actually 2016, and I've played it on and off since then, and I like to do different kinds of runs with it. Like I did a playthrough where I couldn't use the camera, so I couldn't have the light as well. I also played it on Insane mode for the first time a couple of years back for its 10th anniversary as well. So it's one of those games that's good too. Like if I want to do a short stream or something, or I've only got time for a short stream, I can just put Outlast on and play through it and get through relatively quickly as well. I'm not a speedrunner, but this would probably be a game that I wouldn't mind, speedrunning as a hobby, like not a, not wanting to break records or anything, but just for fun kind of thing. But the only thing is, like, even with games that I've played before, I have slight moments where I'm like, oh fuck, do I go left or right? And then I'll go left, and then it's like, oh shit, I had to go right. So in a speed run, that would cost time.
Nearly here. You can cross from the upper floors.
Al, thank you so very much for the follow. Thank you. Speedrunning takes only 1 hour and 55 minutes. It doesn't really take that long. That's cool. It's crazy how quickly some games can be done. I was saying earlier, actually, about Alien Isolation, there's that speedrun where you can bypass, like, a big chunk of the game's story to put you, I think, on the second last mission, or maybe the last mission. That's no worries at all, Anamone. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope that the battery charging goes well. And you take care as well. Thank you so very much. I remember seeing someone speedrun Half-Life in 8 minutes. It usually takes 12 hours. Holy shit, that's a lot of a time reduction. Holy shit, 8 minutes for Half-Life. Hey there, Lucinda. Welcome on in. Hype indeed. How's it going today? Al, there's also a camera in the corners of the laundry chute room. You mean battery? Oh, cool, Al. Yeah. It's funny in games like this where they actually put some of these things. Like sometimes they put them in areas where you're like, why would someone have a battery here to find? Especially in Outlast 2 as well. There's a lot of those parts. No worries at all, Anamone. Catch you in the next stream. The next stream will be on Wednesday. Listen, you're doing well. Just getting up to run your errands soon. How was your time off? Well, that's great, Lucinda. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. That's excellent. I hope that your errands will go well today as well. And it was good. Yeah, it was very, very short, but it was definitely good. And there'll be other opportunities throughout the year to spend more time as well. But yeah, there were some things at home that I needed to take care of because I traveled pretty far, so had a lot of travel time, but couldn't deal with what I needed to do away from home. So yeah, had to come back. But the silver lining is that I'll be able to stream a bit earlier than I was anticipating before. You always wondered why didn't they make Outlast 3 like Outlast 1 with a good story mode? It should have been better. Yeah, that's the thing with the Trials game, because I think the setting for it sounded really interesting, but I just feel like it works best when it's more like a linear, like single player kind of thing as well. Like, if they did that and an Outlast 3, I think that would have been better as well. And is the goal of this game to escape this place? It is, yeah. Yeah, you play a investigative journalist who gets a email from a whistleblower who works at the asylum, and he basically says there's some weird shit going on, all these experiments, all this kind of stuff. And so you turn up, and of course you get embroiled in this whole thing, and have to try and survive with your evidence in your camera, and all that kind of stuff. And there's this experiment that's been going on with dream therapy and all this kind of stuff. It's been used on these inmates, and all sorts of malformations have happened, and all this really, grisly sort of stuff. So now, Lucinda, I need to think of what games I want to stream before the remasters of Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6 come out. Because I've got Mass Effect 3, so I want to do a playthrough of that. So that'll be Wednesdays to Fridays. I just need to think of what I want to do on the weekends. But I think having one game that is sort of like a bigger playthrough or a longer playthrough or a more involved thing would be the way to go. And then on the weekends I can do a different game that's a more sort of like short playthrough, or if I've got some sort of like anniversary playthroughs I want to do, but they're not, too time consuming, I can just do them on a weekend. Listen, they're glad to hear you're able to at least get away for a bit. It is freeing in a way. That is so true. It really is. And if you stream so much, it can become a bit weird when you go for a few days and then, a week and stuff without it. But it also helps keep it fresh as well when you get back to it. I'll just imagine you had a gun and it's a Call of Duty mission. You could just shoot Traeger in the head and be like, done with it as well. Dr. Darling, I am back. Thanks for redeeming that as an Arnie impression. Thank you. You knew Rod couldn't outlast without us. Yeah, things went a certain way where it's like, I have to get back home and need to deal with these things here instead of, remotely. But welcome on in, Dr. Darling. Hope it's going well. And Mita, Mass Effect 3 would be nice. You're nearly done with Mass Effect 1. You basically confronted Saren, and now you're in the Citadel thinking about the next steps. That's cool in Mita that you're almost done with Mass Effect 1. I really enjoyed that a lot. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but I really did. It was such a good game. And Mass Effect 2 was good too. Haven't actually played that one now. Yeah, haven't played Half-Life 2 before. Just Half-Life 1, but I never actually finished it. But I played the 2 DLC for Half-Life 1 and finished those. But not the main game though. Listen, you're going through a weird period for gaming as well. You found that you get more immersed in Diablo 4 when you're not streaming, so you're going to play something else on your weekdays now, but not sure what. That's a good idea to do that too as well, Lucinda. Hopefully, it'll be a game that, you can also enjoy as well. But that's good that you're getting really immersed into Diablo 4. It seems like a game that is a lot of time to put in as well. I mean, any other game can also be a big time sink, like Skyrim, for example. Witcher 3 can be a big time sink as well. But games like Diablo also feel like there's a lot to it, and it could be, months worth of streams that you could potentially do. And Mita's the same, you spent many hours just exploring every system. That's cool that you went that far as well. It was cool to read up on all the planets and all that kind of stuff as well. Dr. Darling, you started Alan Wake 2 because you had no one to watch for hours. You finished 3 chapters. Oh, that's awesome progress. That's good. That's really good that you did. It's good that you made a start on the game as well. That way, when we get to the game, when I get to the game again on the channel, hopefully by then you've finished the game, so be able to watch the stream without worrying about spoilers. And me too, yeah, and the music that plays in the background while you read the planet entry is awesome. I could listen to that for so long as well. Just like, I don't even know who composed the music for it, but it's just such a great soundtrack. So it's a good thing your watch is charged. You'll work from a nightmare. Oh, good. That is good that it's charged up as well. That sucks to hear that you had a nightmare, Sona. Oliver, welcome to the other nightmare. Yeah. Although nightmare difficulty in this game is actually the second most difficult. The first being insane. That is Scar, yes. That's true. Yeah, they're the twins that they like to let things hang. They like to let things loose. Hey there, Alicia. Welcome to the stream. Miles, why'd you drop your camera for? Jeez, I don't know. Couldn't you have thrown it ahead of you? Nice one, Lucinda. Outlast has redeemed no camera and no light. The game is like, I can do it without needing to use channel points. Rod redeems rigged. Thankfully, though, the game doesn't keep the camera away from you for like a few levels or something. So that's good. You can get it relatively quickly. However, it is permanently damaged for the rest of the playthrough with that crack on the screen that you can't get rid of it. Plus it has that glitch that is intermittent as well. Dr. Darling redeemed no camera and no light. Thank you for redeeming that. Oliver, it's more fun this way. That is true. There's definitely some tricky sections if you don't use your camera to get the light from it. Scar, well, I hope you did enable gore, sexual content, and vulgar language in Twitch tags. Yeah, this is a mature rated stream, and it's always has been since day one. Dr. Darling, you don't want to ruin Rod's comeback by redeeming the 100,000 point one. Well, the good thing is, Dr. Darling, that if that gets redeemed and I die and I have to restart the whole game, at least it only has to happen once. Oliver do it, Rod Rage City. That's right, Amita, yep. But yeah, because I do other games that don't have that in it, it's not like this is the channel's only focus and stuff. What? Fair enough, game. Fair enough. Okay, that's better. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to reach him. Shit, I used the camera. Fuck. And he's moving too, I just noticed that. Alright, so the no cam was redeemed 5 minutes ago. Yes, Scar, Peggy 16. But no, not really. Thank you so very much for the follow. Lucinda, it is not hard to die in this game, though. You know. Yeah, I mean, sometimes there's so many tricky sections as well that can catch you off guard. And I'm glad I'm not playing it on Nightmare. Sorry, on Insane mode, though. You joke about being an 18-plus stream, but you'd probably ban anyone under 25 if you could. Yeah, I don't blame you, Lucinda, as well. You know, just because you turn 18 or 21 doesn't instantly make you mature-minded enough to not be an asshole, you know. Sky, did he freeze in time? I think he did. I've never actually seen that happen before. It seems like it. It seems like it, Zai. That's right. And me too. This should be an emote. It'd be so funny. It would definitely work out well. Yeah, Lizzie, oh my god, indeed. Wasn't expecting this. Oliver, give him a big wet kiss. Like, here's a fish. Yeah, his lips are pretty funny, Zai, aren't they? Definitely crooked. Extreme, it's you. I don't think so, Oliver. Lizzie, who is he? So he's the he thinks he's a priest. He's actually not, but he believes that there's this prophecy, and he believes that you are some kind of, like, you know, if not a messiah, some kind of really important figure, you know, that he needs to help, or something like that. And Zai's like, no. Sky, you'll remember that face for a long, long time. That emote, Lucinda. No cam, no light. So that was for 5 minutes. Alright, so that was redeemed 5 minutes ago. So what I'll do, because I accidentally used it, is I'll set my timer on my phone for 5 minutes. Alright, so starting the 5-minute timer. Now, there we go. So when that goes off, I can use the camera again. But yeah, this is very weird.
Only one way out. Only one way. How do you know you're not patient?
I have no idea, Scar. Why his eyes go sideways. Yeah, Lizzie, he's actually played by Andreas Apergus, who is Cesare Borgia in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and many other characters in that series, such as those ones. Oliver, put it up on Discord. That would be fun. And that was the one-eyed Cyclops. Makes me think of Barnabas in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I'm supposed to tell you. The key to the House of God is in the theater. Behind the light. In the theater, behind the light. You have to see the movie, so that's where I left the card. Okay?
Friends! Children! I need your help! Where are you?
Yes, coming! I'm coming!
Scar, this game getting better and better. First naked asses, then hanging packages, and now some weird faces with sideways eyes and one-eyed cyclopses. Oh my. This... Yeah, Oliver, lovely indeed. It's lovely at I was going to say Supermassive Asylum. I got the Dark Pictures anthology on my brain. Mountain Massive Asylum. And me to this one is like a super mutant from Fallout. Might be part of the same family. Oliver, at least we can see he has a brain. Can know 100% for sure. It might not be fully functional, but it's there. Scar, this game shows humanity's true colors. Yeah, when so much stuff is stripped away, inhibitions, fear, embarrassment, things like that. Because I think, embarrassment is not just, when something happens that you're like, oh man, this had to happen in front of everyone, but embarrassing can also be something where you are the only one that knows that something has gone wrong, but no one else does. And you can be embarrassed by the thought of them finding out, But when that's gone, people can do things where they're not embarrassed about what they're doing, so they can just, do it without worrying. Okay, so I think that should trigger soon. So the alarm went off, so I can use the camera now.
Interview recorded December 27th, 1985 in Los Alamos, New Mexico. Clearance Sierra Alpha. Subject Dr. Rudolph Wernicke, 14866.
The films are real.
There was no alteration to the footage at all? No trickery?
None.
In June of 1943, you recorded 3 instances of spontaneous bleeding. Half a dozen test subjects began to develop brain tumors.
Yes. The autopsies revealed that the tumors were pure lead.
It killed them? Can you explain why the results could not be reproduced in the United States?
I have my theories. My homeland in those years. It's impossible to understand the things we felt, what we believed. The overwhelming fear, ecstatic rage, and English words are insufficient. More than hope. A human mind in that environment is capable of extraordinary things.
You're saying the experiment needed...
The proximity to death, to overwhelming madness. Only a test subject who had witnessed enough horror was capable of activating the engine.
Do you believe your test subjects achieved something supernatural?
No,
Do you think that they contacted something supernatural?
nothing is supernatural.
Then what was it? You said Project Wallrider was a gateway. A gateway to what?
It was a gateway to a delicious restaurant where you can eat all the food you can. Doesn't cost any money, but there is one thing that you need to pay to be able to access it. Your soul! That's all. No big deal.
You have to find her, Ricky. Only way.
Oliver, not gonna lie, lead is delicious. Nothing's led me yet to actually try it. but I don't think that will. I won't be penciling in an appointment anytime soon for that either. Lucky I'm not Superman, because he can't see through lead. Because that could be a big problem if there was something dangerous covered in lead. Although this game is not scary at all. Imagine being inside an abandoned mental asylum on your own, late at night, playing this game. God hates sickness. Aw. But I want to get down with the sickness. Oh, nice and meter. So you got 1 hour left for your shift, and then you'll need another hour to go home.
My Job, you alone shall escape it, Alpha. This is your penultimate act of witness. The promise of the prophets was always freedom from death. And here it is. You will watch and record my death, my resurrection. And together we will be free. You are no longer in any danger. I fixed the elevator. It will take you to freedom. We will all of us be free. Now, my son.
toasty.
Malaka, I'm on fucking fire.
Yoga flame. And now the naked twins are like, we're not going to try and kill you now. Joke's on that guy though. He's like, you will film my resurrection. I'm like, no. I don't feel like it this time. And Mita, gone, Smeagol is free.
My precious.
Rest in ashes. Absolutely, Oliver. He will rest in ashes. Some say that if you sneeze to this day in the asylum, you're actually blowing his ashes to the winds. But no one's tested out whether that happens when you fart, though, as well. Yeah, no, bro, it definitely must have been the wind. Whoops. I fucked myself. Good one, Rod. Seriously? You couldn't get through that little bit? Interesting. Listen, you said must have been the wind and summoned Marlborough. Marlborough knew he could sense it. He was like, it's gonna happen. Oliver, run, Forrest, run. Jenny. Ah, Jenny. What a villain. The whole life is like a box of chocolates. You'll never know what you're going to get. I always remember being a smartass and saying, yeah, but usually they actually show you, if you look where you need to look, they'll actually tell you, this color wrapping means it's a hazelnut. This color wrapping means it's this. We're now in Umbrella's secret underground lab. I mean, we're now in the laboratory of the Mount Massive Asylum. Now, bro, Jenny deserved everything that she got. It is quite sad, though, in seriousness, what happens in that movie. They've actually reunited. Robin Wright. I think she used to be married to Sean Penn, but I think they got divorced. So I don't know if it's Robin Wright Penn anymore. But she played Jenny in Forrest Gump. There's some movie that her and Tom Hanks are in. I think it's the first time they've worked together since Forrest Gump. But I can't remember what the name of it is. They play a married couple throughout the decades. I think it's supposed to be all done in one camera angle. Or maybe that's just the trailer. Might not be the whole movie. Listen, you love Forrest Gump, but man, why do Tom Hanks movies always have to be like 3 hours long? It's like in his contract. Mr. Hanks, we'd like to do a movie that's 2 hours long. Mr. Hanks, did you hear me? We want to do a movie that's 2 hours long. Mr. Hanks, why are you grabbing the knife for? What? What? Okay, we'll make it 3 hours. Rest in pre... West... Jesus Christ. Preston Reese. Rest in peace, Chris Walker. There we go. Listen, do you think he was paid by the movie hour? It's like that's his hourly rate. It's like 10 million per hour.
Over here, please. I must try to explain.
Try to explain? A likely story. Nah, bro, Preston Reese? Never heard of him. Me neither, actually. I've just created a character without even knowing it. Preston Reese.
I know. I am supposed to be dead. No such luck. I am older than sin, but somehow the only one left. Because of Billy. He takes care of me. He may think I'm his father. He certainly loves me, the poor idiot. Do you know what this symbol represents? It warns of a nanohazard. Microscopic machines. Technology we have had for decades but never mastered. Murkoff discovered in my research a workaround. Turning the cells in the human body into nanofactories. It's the natural function of cells to produce molecules, but through psychosomatic direction, we engineered the precise molecules necessary. Mind over body. It was foolish and wrong to think we could control it. To use madmen to make something so strong. You have to stop him to murder Billy. Turn off his life support, his anesthesia. You have to undo what I've done. No one can get out of this place while he lives. You must kill him. We achieved something like this in 1944. Those fascists thought it was spirits, and I let them believe it. Let them kill themselves, thinking there was some kind of afterlife now empirically promised to them. Fools. Poor Alan. He would weep to see what I've built from his dreams. Billy doesn't mean harm. He's a child with a damaged mind, granted the powers of a god. It would make any of us into a monster. You must end this. We all must die here. Murkoff knew the danger, and they didn't care. In the corporation's mind, we're all just dollar amounts in a ledger. And
The prophets, Project Wallrider promised overshadowed whatever pitiful balance a few doctors and patients amounted to. He will spread if you don't stop him. The morphogenic ancient is self-perpetuating. I pray to God you have the strength to end it here with your death. More than anything, I want to rest. Billy will not let me die. You could never imagine how cruel this is. I only want to die.
Oliver, Tom Hanks. I had to suffer on that forsaken deserted island for so long, so we're going to make this movie at least 3 hours long. Yeah. It'd be the nightmare of a short film where it's like, we want to do this film. It's going to be short. Who are we going to get? Well, we can afford Tom Hanks. Oh, cool. Let's get him. And then Tom Hanks is like, this movie is only 15 minutes long. What the fuck? Make it 3 hours. They're like, but we can't make it 3 hours. It's a short movie. I don't care. Would you like to have a short life or a long one? A long one, thank you. Yeah, Pewin, that's a good picture actually. You know, the idea of a god giving to humanity fire, a technology that when he gives it to humanity, he gets punished for doing so. Oliver, you love Preston Reese. He's an awesome actor. He really, really is. You know, his performance as Bames Jond is just so good. Voldemort replaced Stephen Hawking. He did. Yeah, sort of like a mix between Voldemort and Stephen Hawking and Dr. Evil. Thank you, Dr. Darling, for redeeming the random Red Dead 102 quote. Thank you very much. Hey there, Ogorki. I am, yeah. Yeah, I had to cut things short, but as a silver lining, I'm here streaming a bit earlier than I had planned to be getting back to it, but things are going well. How's things going with you? Dr. Darling, got to catch up on all the redemptions you missed this week that felt like a century? I don't blame you, dude. That's for sure. Good. Imagine if it was a century. Listen, okay, Rod, it's about time for you to go run your errands. Hope you have a great rest of your stream. I'm sure you'll be done with this game by the time I get back. Unless someone redeems the, if I die, I have to restart the game from the start again. And I do die, then I have to restart the game from the start. But thank you so much, Lucinda, for being here. Would like to highly recommend people check out Lucinda's channel. Lucinda is doing a Resident Evil marathon at the moment. She's gone through Resident Evil 0, Original 1 and the remake, Original 2 and the remake, Original 3 and the remake, Code Veronica, and going through the original Resident Evil 4. Also doing games like Diablo 4 as well. Also a fan of the Dishonored series as well. So definitely recommend checking out Lucinda's channel if you haven't before. You haven't got your game changed yet. It's RE today and tomorrow. You have tomorrow of work. Oh, nice. That's cool. You got tomorrow off work. Well, that's excellent as well. And I hope that your errands go well. And no worries at all for the shout out, Lucinda. Always more than happy to give you one. Definitely catch you again soon around Twitch. And yeah, my next scheduled stream will be on Wednesday. We'll be jumping into Mass Effect 3, doing the Renegade playthrough. Nah, bro, so Bubba and Forrest are responsible for Bubba Gump. Does that mean Preston Reese gave us Reese's Pieces? The plot thickens. That could be the twist. Something must have happened where he didn't actually get the credit. Oh, that's good, O'Gorky. I'm glad to hear that you're going good. Absolutely, Dr. Darling. Going to be playing through that game. And it's going to be good to finish off that trilogy as well. So that'll be a Wednesday to Friday game, and then I'm going to think of a weekend game to do. I want to kind of do Wednesday to Friday bigger games or longer playthroughs of certain games, and then the weekends be shorter games or playthroughs that, you know, I don't need to rush through. Okay, so let's get a Red Dead Redemption quote. Alright, so I've got, quote, "So, why are you looking for these two men? It's a long story. We used to ride together. We was all friends once. Only a buzzard feeds on his friends. There must be a high bounty on their heads. What would you do if somebody took the people you loved and told you they'd die if you didn't do as they asked? There they are. Follow me. Keep your eyes peeled. These bandits don't give up easily. I can see you haven't lost your touch, Landon. Nobody said I had. You talk real big for a boy who couldn't shoot straight a half hour ago. And you talk big for a man who can't stand up straight no more. You're a long way from being a Landon Ricketts partner, young, old, or otherwise. All those stories you heard as a boy were true, you know." So that's from Red Dead Redemption 1. I can't do Landon Ricketts' voice or John Marston, so I just wanted to make them sound different to each other so that it was clear that it was two different characters talking. But yeah, that was from Red Dead Redemption 1. That's actually that's some dialogue in the first mission in which you meet Landon Ricketts. I love that emote. I know it might sound weird to people for someone to like their own emote, but I just love Alan's face close up, slowly rising up. It's got so many different things that you can use it for. Like you can even use it for like if you came out of a lurk and stuff. Dr. Darling, you don't say it for many games, but Alan Wake 2 is one of the video games that feel like art. Oh, cool. Yeah, there's some great visuals in that game. The lighting effects is just so good as well. I'm very much looking forward to what they're going to do with Control 2, with all the lighting and stuff. Oh, Gorky, why does it look like there's a crack on your screen? So there was a point in the game where there was a jump, and we made the jump, but we didn't quite make it 100%. So the character dropped their camera, and they pulled themselves up from what they were hanging off of. So we had to actually go back and collect it. And so for the rest of the game, you have to worry about the crack on the screen for his camera, and there's also that little visual glitch that happens as well. Now, bro farts anxiously in stealth. Could you imagine that? Like, that would be so, like, talk about pressure. Yeah, I thought it was quite good, Gorky, because, you know, you get that little bit of, oh my god, the camera's been dropped, and then you think, oh shit, you know, how long will the game make you go without it, and then you finally get it, and then the game's like, well, we're going to give it back to you, but for the rest of the game, you're going to have to worry about this on the screen, which can be distracting and, also get in the way as well. New objective. Get out! Here, when you never understand what the hell was that thing, there's a document that talks about like this kind of sort of succubus-like entity from German folklore, but I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's related to that in some way as well. It was a bit confusing because Wernicke, when you listen to that interview that was done with him, he talks about how nothing is supernatural, so it kind of makes it a bit confusing because it's like, well, isn't an entity like that a supernatural thing? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, the whole thing with the dream therapy and all that kind of stuff ties into the whole thing about it being some kind of like entity related to sleep and dreams and nightmares and all that kind of stuff as well. But I still kind of like to think of it as like a spirit kind of thing. I never saw the remake of Cabin Fever, but in the original Cabin Fever, one of the characters thinks he's survived, and he's like, I made it! I made it! I made it! And then it turns out that he doesn't. Something similar happens here. Except without Miles being like, I made it, I made it. Cool that J.T. Petty, who was the writer, he also did some writing on the Splinter Cell games. Hey there, Ave. Welcome. Yeah. Bit of a surprise for myself as well, Ave. Yeah. Some things that I needed to take care of at home popped up. So I had to cut my vacation short. But there'll be times throughout the rest of the year where I can, pick up where I was leaving off. But yeah, things are going good. And I thought I'd do a stream since it's Sunday, and it ties into my whole wanting to try and do, Wednesdays through to Sundays as well. But I hope you're having a good weekend. Hope things are going well. How did House of Ashes go? Did you play through it? Yeah, Piran is like, after all you go through as Miles, all the shit he puts up with, he gets killed. Well, I mean, technically he's still alive in some form, but thank you for the GGs in Meta. Thank you, dude. Muchly appreciated. So there we go. That was Outlast, and there was some channel point redeems that were redeemed, like can't run, can only walk, no camera / light, and also there was the redemption of the nearest threat. Miles had to get killed by on purpose, and the timing was such that there was no enemies present when it was redeemed, but we eventually got to the area where Chris Walker is walking around, and so we just stood there and let him kill us for that. So that was fun though, to have those as well. No one redeemed the if I died I had to restart the whole game from the start. I've deactivated those channel points now, but it was fun to do. I like to sort of do that sometimes with games, come up with channel point redeems that are just for that game. And I'd like to do that with more games where it's like, now your character can only run for a bit. Like you can't, walk. Like you can only walk, or, turn the sound off, stuff. It won't be for every game, of course, but just certain ones as well. Dr. Darling, damn, that was short. Should have redeemed the expensive one. Yeah. Did I actually? I don't think I died in the whole playthrough. I wasn't even paying attention really, or keeping track. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I want to thank everyone for watching the stream. I really appreciate it a lot. The next scheduled stream will actually be on Wednesday, the 22nd of January. I'll be starting my first ever playthrough of Mass Effect 3. I'm going to be doing a Renegade playthrough for that. And I just need to think about what I want my Saturday and Sunday game to be. So I'll think about that. And I'll update the schedule when I figure that out. But yeah, the next stream you'll see from me will be on Wednesday, the 22nd of January. And I'll be starting Mass Effect 3. Are they? You're doing okay. You're starting to become real sick. It's been like this for the last few days. You believe it might be a sickness. You don't know what it's called. Mycoplasma, maybe. That's what you call it in Sweden. That's been spreading a lot recently here. I really hope you get better soon, Ave. And I hope, it's going to be soon. Like, very quickly soon as well. Because when feeling sick, it's, good to get well as soon as you can. But obviously, these aren't always, in our control as well. And no worries at all, Amita, for the sneaky stream. No trouble at all. Yeah, it's funny, because it's been a while since I did, like, a quote-unquote bonus stream. I guess in a way this is a bonus stream, in the sense that it wasn't expected that I would do it. But yeah, I like to do that too sometimes, where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a bonus stream of something. No worries at all for the stream either, Schiller. Thank you for being here too, dude. Are you about to continue and finish House of Ashes now? You left off in the underground, finding some crazy technology, and you believe the monsters might be some kind of alien-like creatures. You doubt the rest of the game will change it for you, so you'll just declare House of Ashes your favourite supermassive game as of right now. Oh, cool. It is such a good one. Salim is such a great character. I really like the whole thing of, his son, it's his birthday, just want to get him to survive so he can, be reunited with his son, You take care as well, Amita. Thank you so much for being here too. I hope you take care as well. All good, Ave. No trouble at all. Yeah. And then there's also the annoying side effects of being sick as well, where it interferes with enjoying things, which always sucks. Ave, that guy carried. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I really like it depends on your choices, of course, but I really like the friendship that can become of Salim and Jason, That's true, Oliver. Yep. Until Wednesday, though. Gonna be a renegade in Mass Effect 3. We talked about actors last time. You realize something else. Oh yeah, Dar. Yeah, Dar looked like Professor from Little Hope. Absolutely. Yep. Different voice actors, but definitely the same face model as well. That actually reminds me, Ave, too. If you want to actually see, because there's a wiki for the Dark Pictures series, and it even goes into telling you the voice actor as well as the face model for all the characters that have pretty much been in all the Supermassive games as well. So I'll just have a look. I'll just put a link in, which was a really good resource because I was trying to figure it out, and I need to create commands actually for those actors as well next time I play a Dark Pictures series game. What I might do is see who is playing Outlast as well. What I'll do first is some shout outs. Would like to definitely recommend people check out Enmita, who's doing a playthrough of Terminator Resistance. Lidus, who is doing a lot of retro games. He's a big fan of the Mortal Kombat series, so you'll definitely see some Mortal Kombat on his channel as well as other retro games. Obviously, Mortal Kombat aren't just retro games, there's definitely newer games, but I mean to say, he definitely plays a lot of retro Mortal Kombat games as well. Lucinda is doing a playthrough of Resident Evil 4. She's going to be going through the original and the remake as part of her Resident Evil marathon. Mr. Gote is a streamer of games like Banishers, Ghost of New Eden. Scar is doing a playthrough of Metro 2033 Redux. And Shillerlock is doing a playthrough of Skyrim. Definitely recommend people check out those channels if you haven't before. Oh, cool, Ave. Yeah, it's a really good resource. I really like wikis that are really in-depth as well, like that too. The Red Dead Redemption 1, and to a certain extent so far, the Red Dead Redemption 2 wiki are pretty good with dialogues, because you can go and select a mission, and then the majority, I think almost every single main mission in Red Dead Redemption 1, they've catalogued all the dialogue for in every mission. But for Red Dead Redemption 2, though, so far, they've only done, I think, Chapter 1 and some of Chapter 2 so far. But I like wikis that go into a lot of detail like that. No worries, Amita, for the shout-out. Oliver, you want us to get even more traumatized, Rod? Become traumatized Legion. Ave, may you ask, is Jamie and Devil in Me the same face model as Fliss? Absolutely, Ave, yep. And you know at the start of House of Ashes in the prologue, the woman that, Balatu is ordered to actually kill? She also has the same face model as well. No worries at all, Sheila, for the shout out. No problemo, dude. Oh dude, speaking of Red Dead Redemption, you began your 2025 replay some days ago. You were like, I'm sick and you want fun, so you're doing 2 and then 1, instead of 1 and 2. That's so good that you're doing it that way, Ave. That's how, like, not to say I would never do a playthrough of either of them on their own, but when I do my annual playthroughs, I always like to play them now in chronological order as well. So it's really cool to play them with the prequel first, Red Dead 2, and then play the first game in that order as well. It's really nice to do. Thank you, Ave, for putting in a general raid message. Muchly appreciated. Let me see, I might actually have a look and see who's streaming Alien Isolation. to keep a horror and first-person horror. Ave, thanks for the stream, Rod, even if you didn't catch most of it. It was fun seeing you on Twitch again. Oh, that's no problem at all, Ave. It was good to see you in chat again. Thanks for joining the stream as well. I was sort of secretly hoping that someone would redeem the if I died, I had to restart the game from the start. Because I was like, oh, there's some good parts of the game that could be tricky. That if I had that as a thing, that'd be like, oh, but not to be. But that's alright. That can be done in a future playthrough as well. You thought about it, Stan, did you? That's fair enough. Yeah, I think I'll still, like, unless I'm doing a very specific playthrough, I think I'll still keep it as a channel point redeem I can activate whenever I'm doing Outlast 1. You felt it was too cruel. That's definitely fair enough too as well. I mean, I definitely wouldn't have minded. But yeah, it's one of those things where sometimes you can get a bit reckless and you're like, this will be fine. And then you find out, nope, it's not going to be fine actually. It's going to be as furthest from fine as you could get. Oh no, I'm still here, Stan. I'm kind of conflicted. It's so funny when thinking of who to raid. Like, because sometimes it's like, want to raid someone who's playing either a game in the same series or a game of the same genre and stuff. And then it's kind of like you want to make sure that you raid into a channel that isn't just random as well, because you want to make sure that you're raiding to someone who is like, because it can be hard, because you don't obviously know what someone's going to be like as a streamer until you get in there. It makes it a bit harder. It makes it a bit easier if you've been in the person's streams before as well. That way okay, this is a streamer that I can raid as well. But very rarely do I raid someone I haven't actually raided before or haven't actually seen stream before as well. So I was looking through Outlast and Outlast 2, then Alien Isolation, and I'm like, how about Supermassive Games? So I went through The Quarry and Man of Medan and Little Hope and House of Ashes and all that stuff as well. And then you're secretly hoping, I wonder if someone that I want to stream that isn't live yet is about to go live as well. So that can happen too. Stan, also you need to reach 1 million channel points for bragging rights. Currently 734,000. I mean, hey, that's definitely a lot already. Like, thanks for doing the things that amass that many points, Stan. That's cool. And Mita, you're hiding in the shadows with 163,000. That's really good too as well, and Mita. Thanks for that too, as well. Oliver Rich People. Stan, so if you make a channel point redeem that is so ridiculous that it costs 1 million, you'll be ready. I wonder what that would be. Like, if I was to, I don't really know what I would actually, I don't know how that would go. Yeah, Ave, I love that emote. Oliver, I was just meditating. That's it. That's the excuse I can use. Ave, if you can't choose, Maria Tail is streaming Far Cry 4. She is someone you have rated before, not horror though. That's true, Ave. Yeah. Yeah, she was actually doing Assassin's Creed 2 when I think Crocodiles raided her channel as well. And then I think she was streaming Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood still, or maybe started Brotherhood or something when I raided her channel one time. But that's true, yeah. I was hoping that Queen of Skeletons might have been streaming, because she streams a lot of horror stuff. But she must have some things on. But that's all good. But yeah, I might actually raid out to Maria, actually. I mean, hey, it's not a horror game, but it's first person. There's a thing that connects Outlast and Far Cry 4. That's one connection between the games. So yeah, we'll raid out to Maria Tail and see how she's doing with Far Cry 4. Hey there, Dobledore. Good morning. Thanks for joining the stream. Sorry about the timing of when I'm ending, but thank you so much for joining, though. I hope you're having a good weekend, Oliver. And then you realize they're all ending stream. Oh yeah, that can happen too as well. Or you raid out just as they start to end the stream, before they put up, if they have an image that they put up when they're ending the stream, you might not have seen it when you're in there. So you're like, boom, and then, oh. Show me the champion of light.
And I'll show you the herald of darkness.
Thanks for redeeming those, Dr. Darling. Lyrics from such a great song in Alan Wake 2. Thank you, Ave, again for putting in the general raid message. So that's a raid message that everyone can feel free to copy and paste. I'll also put one in chat as well for subscribers. And Lizzie, that's all good for the stream. Absolutely no worries at all. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it a lot. And there we go. That's a raid message that subscribers can feel free to copy and paste. Thank you so very much everyone for watching. Let's kick off the raid to Maria Tail. Are they a more reachable raid message? This is true. Yep. Thought I'd add some dancing emotes into the sub raid as well. The next stream that you'll see from me will be on Wednesday, the 22nd of January. For those in different parts of the world, it might still be Tuesday for you guys when you see me stream, but if you see me streaming Mass Effect 3, then you know it's become Wednesday, the 22nd of January for me here in Australia. I hope that everyone has a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so very much for watching the stream. I really do appreciate it a lot, and I hope that you'll have a good one. Alan Wake Jam is peak. It really is, Ave. I love that one. And I'm glad that Dr. Darling suggested the Dr. Darling dancing one as well. That worked out well, actually. I wanted to do the 3 different things because I thought that'd be a good emote. Instead of just doing one particular dance move, put 3 in together. Until next time, Keone, you take care as well. Are they Rod Leia? See you, Dumbledore. You have a good one. And thank you, Ave. I definitely will have a good rest of my day. Thank you so very much.